facing the police every single day.
Charlotte County Sheriff Bill Prummell, ex-deputy, admits they have the list of gun owners and said it's legal. I said we have email from Detective John Heck that said they're profiling them. He said that's wrong. Sarasota Sheriff's Office reprimands employee. Names of gun owners disclosed in pawn record request. By Ann Easker. Staff writer. An employee of the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office Records Department was reprimanded last month after releasing confidential records to the public without redaction. In February, Andrew Sheets, of the Charlotte County COPWATCH YouTube account, made 2 records requests for weekly gun pawn lists, according to the investigation. The request was filled by an assistant records custodian, who sent Sheets the pawnbroker records for the weeks of February 1 through February 20, with first and last names of everyone who had pawned a gun during that time. Afterward, he filed an internal affairs complaint alleging the agency had a list of gun owners, which is prohibited by Florida law. Florida statute states, a list, record, or registry of legally owned firearms or law-abiding firearm owners is not a law enforcement tool and can become an instrument for profiling, harassing, or abusing law-abiding citizens based on their choice to own a firearm and exercise their Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms as guaranteed under the United States Constitution. Further, such a list, record, or registry has the potential to fall into the wrong hands and become a shopping list for thieves. However, law enforcement agencies can access a list of pawn shop transactions via the Finder Pawn web database for investigative purposes, such as checking whether any firearms or other items being pawned are stolen. The assistant records custodian told an internal affairs detective she had been unclear whether the records needed to be redacted and asked her supervisor, records manager Robin Landacre, for clarification. Landacre approved the release of the pawnbroker records, she said. According to the investigation, Landacre told the detective she was busy when the assistant records custodian made the inquiry, and she approved the release without actually looking at the document, thinking it was a public record that could be released. Florida law states all records related to pawnbroker transactions delivered to law enforcement officials are confidential and exempt, and may only be used for official law enforcement purposes. Since the release of records is ultimately left to the records manager, SCSO determined there was sufficient information present to sustain the allegation of misconduct regarding violation of neglect of job duties. She was given a reprimand and additional information on public record laws and was advised future violations may result in more severe disciplinary action. The investigation notes SCSO does not keep or cause to be kept any list, record, or registry of privately owned firearms or any list, record, or registry of the owners of those firearms. Florida law states second-hand dealers and pawnbrokers may electronically submit firearm transaction records to law enforcement agencies, but the agencies may not submit them to any other person or entity and must destroy them within 60 days. The copy of the pawnbroker list referenced in the investigation was destroyed on March 29, 2019, the investigation states. However, Sheets, reached by phone Friday, said he believes the list is still illegal because it contained names of gun owners, rather than simply the gun's make, model, and serial number. Sheriff Tom Knight violated the law, he said. They searched for the names. They're only supposed to get the gun and serial number. Attorney Eric Friday, of the Florida Carry Organization, said there's no reason law enforcement needs the names. The fact is that you don't need to know who pawned the gun to know whether it's a stolen gun, he said. While the pawn shops themselves may be putting the names in the Finder database, he said law enforcement agencies should know there's no reason for it and should be telling pawn shop owners to stop. Sheets began requesting pawnbroker lists from law enforcement agencies around the state after a friend showed up on an emailed list of pawn shop transactions from the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office in 2014. That list was redacted before it was released, but Sheets, as well as Friday, believes the list should not exist. Sheets also had concerns about the Northport Police Department's release of a denial list, a list of people who have been denied the purchase of a gun compiled by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. But NPPD spokesperson Josh Taylor said there's no law exempting that list from public record. Taylor said both FDLE and the city's attorneys agreed the list is public record. Law enforcement agencies can have the list upon request for investigative purposes. The records contain first and last names, where they attempted to purchase the gun, and the reason for the denial. Let's say they're investigating person A, and person A ends up hurting somebody in one way, shape, or form, and they're trying to say there's some prior intent, some premeditated actions, Taylor said. They'd be able to look at the list and say this person is a convicted felon and tried to buy a gun a few times over the past few years. Email, n.easker@yourzone.com.
COPWATCH, policing the police every single day.
Carry on it.
Yeah, somewhere in my coffee mug.
Ask him the question.
What do you need?
Would you be willing to do a little interview? We found out the cops unfortunately have an illegal gun list.
Well, the cops have a what?
An illegal list of gun owners.
It's not true.
Okay.
I'm retired from there.
Oh shit! Are you serious? Okay. What is this then? This is the list that they were getting. That's the pawn
When you
list.
buy more than 2 guns,
Right.
stop or any place.
Right.
A copy of that form goes to the local law enforcement agency.
This is the pawn list.
It's a
Yeah.
multiple. It goes to
Anything pawn goes to the sheriff.
But did you know under 790.335 they're only supposed to get the gun and the serial number, not the name?
No, that's not true.
We have the statute. Lindsey Harrington wrote it. He's in Punta Gorda.
It's only.
Did you know FDLE is sharing this list too?
Well, now that I can't speak for. They might be.
We have 41.
Anything that you pawn and you show your ID, the
Right.
sheriff gets that.
Right, but they're only supposed to get the gun and the serial number.
On the FFL form that you fill out,
Right.
that's what the sheriff gets.
Okay.
There's a page there. It's like, I don't know, it's like page 3. Or
Right.
A yellow copy. Or,
Why? How long ago did you work there, though?
I just retired 3 years ago.
Okay, then yeah, this is fresh. We have the emails where John Heck was literally talking about profiling the people on the list in email.
Well, I don't know anything about that. When I was working there,
Right.
the armor, it came to me.
Wow.
The sheriff had to come to me because I was the gun guy. And you can't build a case. You can't keep the names at the time. You couldn't do anything. Like
Yeah. This is the statute's been
that.
enforced.
What it was just a double check to make sure the person.
Well, under
And
790.
then they go.
No, I know. 790, they're supposed to get the gun and the serial to see if it's hot, and that's it. It says in there twice, only get the gun, but they're taking the names and everything, and John Heck is literally on emails talking about profiling the people.
I'd like to see that. I mean, you don't have to. See
Can I give you my card?
Yeah.
I think you already know who I am, right?
No.
COPWATCH.
I mean, your face looks familiar.
Do they got a bolo of me? They would never admit.
But what's your name?
Andrew Sheets, COPWATCH.
I know your name, but
There you go. Yeah. Did they ever have a bolo with my picture?
not while I was there.
I was
'Cause
trying
I
to-
don't recognize you.
I know. I've never seen you either. What was your name?
Major Robinson.
I don't know if I-
retired in 2016.
I don't know if I ever ran into you or not.
No, I think you came to fame after I left.
For 6 years. Do you know why I started all of this? This is a sad part. I had a bad neighbor, turned into a stalker, who's the big guy that died that used to be your chaplain? Hill. Officer Hill was helping me.
Yeah.
Ken Hill, okay?
No, he was a good guy.
Well, here's what's sad. He was helping me with the stalking case, took it to court, and then my stalker got Michael P. Haymans to get Ken Hill to do perjury and get the case thrown out. That's what started COPWATCH. I'm dead serious.
I believe it.
Thank you for being honest.
I
Yeah.
know how courts run, and I know all that.
Oh, it was sad. It was sad. It was sad. Okay, is anybody running against the sheriff? Can you tell me that? Please tell me. You.
Nobody has physically come out and said. I suspect that no one has physically come out.
One, two.
going to bet there'll be at least one.
Okay.
But I don't think they announce until
Later, that's true.
May or June because
right.
it gives you 18 months to cancel.
Right, correct.
It gives you, there's actually a window for earning money.
Right.
You know, like that. So I'm going to bet you'll hear someone come out.
Can I show you
before
one?
the end of next month.
Can I show you one more quick one? Did I already show you this? We just found out this. Did you know FDLE was sharing this nationwide?
No.
Nationwide, Homeland Security, DOJ, we have 41,000 names. They gave us. That's
Well,
the statute.
The real question would be, does it fall under the
It does.
Sunshine Law?
It
Or everything is public knowledge unless it's currently used for
that is correct.
investigations or intelligence.
That is correct.
So if this is not intelligence, then
They are trying to say that it doesn't fall under 790 having a list of gun owners, but do you know Eric Friday, the best gun lawyer in Florida?
you know, I've probably read the name somewhere.
Tell you what, maybe you can start asking for me. You got my card now, you got my email. He's going to announce a lawsuit Friday. The sheriff, not to be mean, I think is fucked. It's a third-degree felony, $5 million fine, and everybody that was illegally profiled has a right to redress, which means
I'm curious that if John Heck actually used those terms.
he did. He did.
If you have the email,
I'll send them to you. You email me, I will send you the email.
Yeah, 'cause I'm curious.
John Heck is
But I can
dead to
tell
right
you,
busted.
In all the meetings that I was a commander of,
Right.
when I'm going through the districts, we never used that term.
He
Of course, I
did.
was different sheriffs.
He
so
did.
I can't tell you.
That's true. Actually, guess what? These emails are from 2013.
I'm trying to think of what John was in charge of in 2013.
You know, he's the guy that illegally investigated me too. Well, you've been out for a while.
Yeah, I've been gone
Yeah.
for over 3 years now.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He just a year ago illegally investigated me for a year just because we did a video on some corruption with the sheriff and a judge. For a year. And guess what? Duh, it's not illegal. They threw it out. Anyways,
Good luck with that.
I know. What was your name?
Sherman.
All right, you were fair. Thank you very much. If you email me, I'll send you the documents, and you'll agree. Holy shit, you're an idiot. You just screwed yourself. That he literally did.
I'll send you an email.
All right, thanks, man. Hey, Sheriff County. This is Sheriff County COPWATCH. I am using any video here under fair use. If you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc., and please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.